14, Evelyn Anderson. Number 12, Mel Nelson. Number 5, Lindsay Gertis. Number 2, Tori Meineke. And number 1, Kaylee Grove. Please stand and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
Once again, good evening. Coming to you live from Cub Stadium. It's tonight's varsity girls soccer match between the visiting Perry Jayettes. Come into the contest with a 2-6 record on the season. And it's a Heart of Iowa Conference matchup. And against your home Nevada Cubs, who come into the contest with an 8-2 record and currently ranked number 4 in Class 1A. Tonight, senior night for the Cubs, and uniquely, actually only one senior on the roster this year for Nevada, and that's Kaylee Grote. She's going to earn the start tonight for senior night, and very happy for all of Kaylee's contributions to our program over the years, and hope she has a great night tonight, and wish her well in upcoming endeavors. Just a little, some stats while we're waiting for the teams to take the field here. Perry is led in scoring by two different players with 2 goals apiece. Aiden Erickson, the freshman, number 4, and senior Pauline Galindo. She also has 2 goals on the season. And then junior Jennifer Ramos has 3 assists on the year for the Jayettes. Jayettes come in with a 2-6 record, as we said, but riding a 2-game win streak. Their last win was over the Iowa United team, a 6-1 victory. And so yeah, it's always good for team to get a win, and a couple of wins for the Perry squad, and they've got to be looking to take their program up hopefully to the next level, and but I'm sure they'll have their hands full with a pretty talented Nevada group tonight. Nevada is led in scoring this year by Avery Anderson, sophomore. She has 13 goals on the season. Aubrey Thompson and Evelyn Anderson, both sophomores as well, also have 4 goals apiece. And Tori Meineke Jr. is our leading assist person with 9 assists on the year from her midfield position, and also takes a fair amount of our corner kicks. So we'll looking to see if those girls can add to those totals tonight. Captains are meeting down at the front of the field here, and hopefully we'll be ready to get underway in just a minute or two. As we wait for the action to start, we'll be looking at a very, very nice evening tonight. Very, very little wind. Temperatures in the high 50s to the game to start. I'm sure it'll go down a little bit as the sun goes out, but wind is fairly negligible, and so it should be a great night to have a soccer match. So we'll wait for the officials to go through their pregame conference here, and hopefully we'll be ready to get going here in just a minute. And the officials are signaling balls ready for play, and Perry puts it into play as they possess in their back half. Some light pressure from the Nevada forwards. Nevada will be heading from north to south tonight in the first half. And as both teams getting started here, give away a piece, and Nevada will earn the throw. Grote has the ball out wide. Tries to find Anderson in the box. Cleared away by the Perry defender. Meineke with the ball in the middle of the field. Lots of space. Finds Evelyn Anderson out on the right wing. Evelyn surveys options. Finds Schiller in the middle. And ball out of bounds. Will be a Perry throw. Meineke steps in front. Centering pass. Anderson out onto it. And Grote has the ball out over the end line. Meineke out and off the Perry defender for a corner. That was Ashley Cerna back there defending, and ball goes out for a corner. And Cubs have been pretty dangerous on set pieces this year, probably more so than any other year in recent memory. Lots of scoring opportunities off of these opportunities, just like this. Finds Anderson in the middle, but she sails one over the top of the bar and go out for a goal kick for the Jayettes.
Now entering the match for the Jayettes, number 20, Pauline Galindo.
Pauline Galindo, their leading, one of their leading scorers, entering the match. Anderson heads the ball back down to Meineke. Looking out wide, finding Evelyn Anderson. She'll find a probing ball, looking for her sister up top, and the goalkeeper comes out and handles that pretty easily. Nice play from Karina Perez, getting there before Avery was able to run on to that ball. Meineke receives the throw in, drops in from Belle Nelson. And cleared away by the Perry defense. Anderson playing high on the field. Finds Meineke in the middle, lots of space, lots of options. Finds Avery Anderson on the through ball. And Avery Anderson's going to score the first goal of the night on an assist from Tori Meineke. And the Cubs lead 1-0 with 36:07 left in the first half. And no surprise, the two leading scorers, or leading scorer and the leading assist person, team up for another tally on the board for the Cubs.
That's a Cub goal by number 15, Avery Anderson.
That scoring combination is one that's worked very well for the Cubs this year. Tori spent most of her first 2 years playing more of an outside midfielder position for Nevada and has moved into a more central role this year. And, boy, is it really paying dividends for Coach Randy Davis and the Cubs as she collects her 10th assist of the year and not quite a month into the season. So school record is actually held by Hattie Rhodes at 18 for a year, and so I'd say that mark is definitely in jeopardy before this year is done, as Meineke is certainly made a living off of finding Cub scoring opportunities. Perry playing the ball down to the Cub end. Emma Stratman deals with that. Gets it back upfield. And Cubs are going to be whistled for offsides. Be a free kick for the Blue Jays. Avery Anderson looking for a forwarding pass. Excuse me, Evelyn Anderson up to Avery Anderson. And Avery just not quite enough on the ball, trying to look for Gertis. She was making a run out of the midfield. And we're going to try up this right side again. Belle Nelson, lots of space up on the right-hand side, looking for an early cross. Finds Gertis, finds Kaylee Grote. I couldn't quite get a foot on it. Still held in by Maddie Gibson. Yep, and the Perry defender whistled for a foul as they were battling pretty hard over on that end. It looks like going to be a free kick for the Cubs in a pretty dangerous spot. As we said, the Cubs have been really dangerous on these set pieces this year, and this looks like a great opportunity for the Cubs to put one more in here. Meineke with a little bit of a miss hit there. Looked like she might have been going for the outside post there, out for goal, and just kind of came over the top of it. Didn't hit it all that well, and will be out for a goal kick for the Jayettes. So far, with about 7.5 minutes gone in the game, Cubs are up 1-0 over Perry, and have had a fair amount of the possession. As Perry's struggled a little bit to get the ball out of their end of the field, Nevada's putting an awful lot of pressure on the ball and making it pretty difficult for the Jayettes to get anything going offensively. Looking forward up there for Galindo. She's got the ball there, plays it off the Cub defender. The ball does stay in. And looks like Emma Strautman's going to deal with that. Finds Meineke in the middle of the field. She surveys her options. The Cubs possessing the ball fairly well. Diana Barron to take the throw in for the Jayettes. Avery Anderson working to control. Looks like she's going to have it here. Finding a wide ball out for streaking Maddie Gibson. She's going to get there. Cutting it back to her right foot. Tries to find Gertis at the corner of the box. And ball played out and off Gertis. Out for a Perry throw. Tori Meineke's got the ball in the middle of the field. She's going to go for goal off the Perry defender and out for a Nevada throw.
Now entering the match for the JS, number 13, Valeria Gomez. And for the Cubs, number 13, Aubrey Thompson.
Aubrey Thompson's number 13 is going to find her way into the Cub lineup. She'll come in for Gertis. As Aubrey usually gets the start, but gave way tonight to Kaylee Grote for senior night. Valeria Gomez entered the game also for Perry. She wears number 13. Ramos off the back end. Couldn't quite control the ball there. Went out over the touchline for a throw-in for Nevada. Avery Anderson with a nice long throw. Looking for her sister up top. Good probing ball by Perry. And first touch of the night for Jocelyn Farmer. Had to come out and deal with that, but not too much pressure. I think Emma Stratman had it covered as well, but Cubs will have the ball up the middle of the field. Aubrey Thompson with a forwarding pass, just a little too direct to the keeper. That ball needs to be played out to the corner flag just a little bit more, give our outside a chance to run onto that. Aubrey's first touch of the night. That's always a tough when you're trying to play a touch pass with your first handle of the evening. So Stratman will drop back and deal with a long ball from the Jayettes. A little bit of a sloppy pass and the giveaway there, intercepted by the Jayettes. Back on control here, looking for an outside line. And Farmer again coming off her line and grabbing the ball at the corner of the box. Meineke with the ball ahead. Belle Nelson streaking down the right-hand side here. Looks like she's going to get to it. Cuts it back to her left and finds Meineke again in the middle of the field. Steps over and through, and Meineke finds the corner and a goal for the junior. Cubs lead 2-0.
That's a Cub goal by number 2, Tori Meineke. Entering the match for the Cubs, number 22, Melanie Kucherov.
Yeah, the game's been stopped here. Looks like the Perry coach is receiving a yellow card for what we believe is having two of the same players with the same jersey playing. We noticed that at the starting lineup, but and we're speculating here maybe a little bit, but I think that's what is being pointed out here is that we do have two number 4s for Perry out on the field. So I think the coach is going to make a quick black tape change, and I would say that looks like Aiden Erickson will be either 41 or 14 for the rest of the night. Now that we've got that housekeeping out of the way, we'll resume the match here. 26:07 left to go in the first half. The Cubs lead 2-0. Aubrey Thompson trying to win the ball in the midfield. Good battle there with Yamilet Gonzalez, and both players battling hard for the ball. Looked like it was eventually kicked out by Perry, and Cubs will have it for a throw in. Mel Kunzerath entered the game for the Cubs at the last break, and she wears number 22 for the Cubs. Came in for Kaylee Grote. A little 1-2 there. Really, really nice action by the Cubs. Maddie Gibson's going to find it out on the left-hand side here. Trying to find options in the middle. Couldn't quite get across away. Good defending by Gonzalez there. Excellent defending, actually. Really stayed at her feet well and earned the ball back for her team. That was actually very well defended. Cubs certainly could have been a little more dangerous in that situation, but great defending by Gonzalez prevented any further damage there. Schiller forwarding pass. Nobody running on to the end of that. Everybody's kind of facing the wrong direction there. And the goalkeeper, Perez, scoops that up, and she'll put it back into play with a punt here. Thompson steps in front. Kunzerath can't quite control. Evelyn Anderson finds Aubrey Thompson in the middle of the field. She's surveying her options here, looking for a through ball. There's Meineke on the end of it. Couldn't quite control it. Cubs still in possession here. Aubrey Thompson going for goal, blocked by the defender. That's Ramos. Thompson still in control. Looking for options as the Cubs cycle it back and just look to maintain possession. Out to Evelyn Anderson. And nice play by Valeria Gomez to force Anderson into a mistake and a turnover. And the Jayettes looking to play a little offensively here. Nice 1-2 combination up the left-hand side there, and Perry's going to take the ball a little deeper into Nevada territory. Kunzerath tried to play the ball around Gonzalez there, but Perry defender just a little too much speed.
Entering the match for the Cubs, number 1, Kaylee Grote, number 5, Lindsey Curtis, number 9, Lexi Betting, and number 18, Rachel Borwick.
Whole host of Cubs coming in. Kaylee Grote re-entering the lineup, as well as Lindsey Gertis, and the two freshmen come into the game. That's Lexi Betting, number 9, and and Rachel Borwick, number 18. Right away, Mel Kunzerath finds the back of the net for the Cubs. It's 3-0.
That's a Cub goal by number 22, Melanie Kunzerath.
And play kind of developed out of nothing there just a little bit, and Kunzerath was the lucky recipient, found the ball on her foot on the left-hand side, and a beautiful left-handed, that's Mel's off foot, but fantastic goal for her. I don't know what. It appears maybe they were waving this goal off, the official coming over and talking to the Nevada coaching staff. I'm not sure exactly what that was. Even the Perry coach wasn't sure. The coaching staff's communicating kind of back and forth. Wasn't too much argument from the Nevada staff, so whatever the explanation was, it certainly seemed to satisfy Coach Davis and Coach Rhodes and Evans there. It's too bad that took off a great strike by Mel Kunzroth. Beautiful left-handed strike from her. But the Cubs will keep working and see what they can do offensively here. Betting throws the ball into Grote as she takes it down the right-hand side. It's going to play out toward the end line. Tries across, and that's scooped up by Perez. Perry got a shot off there. That was Pauline Galindo, the leading scorer for the Jayettes, or one of the leading scorers, and just a little bit wide left of the net, but good offensive series for Perry as they look to get the ball a little closer. Looked like they were latently whistled for offsides here, though. Lexi Betting trying to run on here. Looks like she's got a chance. Centers the ball into Kunzroth, who's trying to... Oh, my goodness. Almost an own goal for Perry as they played it out across their own end line. Just barely missing the corner of the post there. That was Ashley Cerna. Luckily for her, that ball just got out past the goal. Looks like Lindsay Gertis will be the taker of this corner kick here. Nice centering pass. Kunzroth gets her head to it and just wide out over the end line. Mel's in a great position there. Great ball from Gertis. Just couldn't get turned right, get her head whipped over in the right direction to get it on goal. But a very nice combination play again from the Cubs. That's been their hallmark this year. I think Coach Randy Davis has asked the girls to play a little more combination ball and not so much just direct play combinations, and it's really paying dividends for the Cubs. And here's Aubrey Thompson looking for a centering pass, just like we're talking about. Lexi Betting getting on the end of it here. She'll survey her options to Grote, back to Betting. And blocked by Erickson there. And Borwick couldn't quite connect with Betting there. It'll go out over the touchline for a Perry throw. Emma Stratman clears that away, but it does go out, and it will be, again, another Perry throw. Aubrey Thompson has the ball in the middle, looking for a streaking Lindsay Gertis over on the left-hand side. Gertis trying to cut it back to her right foot. Couldn't quite get it under control. Good defending again by Yamilet Gonzalez. The Perry right back has had her hands full all night, but been equal to the task most of the evening here against the Cubs. Some good defending down the Cub left side.
entering the match for the JS, Brissa Sandoval and Mia Munoz.
Coming into the match for Perry is number 5, Mia Munoz, and number 21, Brissa Sandoval. Step by Kunzerath as she's looking for a Grote on the centering pass. Kaylee just couldn't quite get it under control. Tried to play it back. Still has it. Out to Betting. Lexi tries to get a kick away. Good defending. By Ramos there. Cubs pretty much having their way with most possession, but having a little trouble finding their way in the final third. Perry's been pretty scrappy and done a really good job at quite honestly, Nevada has not been quite as precise as I think Coach Randy Davis would like to see them. They're creating lots of opportunities, but haven't been real clinical in the final third, and the scoreboard shows it with only a 2-0 lead, even though the Cubs have had many offensive chances, just haven't been able to find it. A nice centering pass by Thompson there. Just couldn't quite get on the end of it for Kunzerath. Aubrey Thompson again looking for a centering pass and off her line. Comes out Perez. She spills it a little bit, but does get back on top of it. Got a host of subs waiting to come into the game. Looks like Meineke, Avery Anderson, Belle Nelson, and Maddie Gibson will all be coming back in at the next opportunity, as Coach Davis will be putting in the majority of the back of his starters into the ball game in an effort to maybe see if they can find a little better scoring combination at the end of it here. There's 15 minutes left to go in the first half. Ball played out, and the subs will be allowed onto the field now.
Now entering the match for the Cubs, number 2, Tori Meineke, number 12, Belle Nelson, number 15, Avery Anderson, and number 16, Maddie Gibson.
Meineke finds Anderson up the right-hand side. Avery in a race with the defender. Looks like she's going to win that. And we're going to get a foul called on the Perry defender. That was Ramos there. And it looks like it's going to be a free kick for Nevada. And Meineke will be back in her customary position of taking those and see if she can find somebody to get on the end of this. Meineke with a centering ball. Avery Anderson saved by the keeper. Nice header by Anderson. She was almost 15 yards away from the goal, and very nice header opportunity. But a good save by Perez as she punched it away and eliminated this Cubs scoring opportunity. Once again, Perry up and equal to the task here, keeping the Cubs off the board. Aubrey Thompson with a big long shot from goal and saved by Perez. Great save by her. Aubrey Thompson with approximately about a 30-yard shot there, 35 yards, and it was headed for the left corner of the goal. And Perez, excellent job to knock it away and thwart the Cubs one more time. Tori Meineke lines up to take the corner for Nevada. A good centering pass, but up over the top of the goal, and ball will go out for a goal kick for the Jayettes. Aubrey Thompson again with a long shot, and this one is a little more easily dealt with by Perez. As she throws it out over here to Diana Barron. Finds Meineke in the middle, and she'll find Avery Anderson. Meineke gets it back and shoots for the goal, and saved by Perez. Ball saved out to the middle. That's Maddie Gibson in the middle. Surrounded by a host of Blue Jays. Drops it back for Aubrey Thompson, and again saved by Perez. She's a brick wall back there. What a great effort by the Jayette goalkeeper to keep the Cubs off the board one more time. That's the third time that Thompson's looked to be dead on and has not been able to break or solve the riddle of Perez in goal for the Jayettes. Oh, and a beautiful header. Avery Anderson scores her second goal of the night.
Entering the match for the Jayettes, number 12, Amy Diaz. Number 9, Miley Sanchez. The Cub goal was by number 16, Maddie Gibson.
Apologies. 15 and 16 look awfully close, and that goal was a header by Maddie Gibson, scored by Maddie Gibson, off an assist from who else but Tori Meineke. That gives her 11 for the year, and a great, once again, a set piece. As we talked about it, the Cubs have been so dangerous on those set pieces all year, and Meineke looks for a far post running Maddie Gibson, who heads the ball into the back of the net for a 3-0 lead with a little over 10 minutes left to go in the first half. Shot by Meineke, picked up by Perez. Aubrey Thompson's got the ball out wide, and looking for Meineke off her head. Didn't quite get directed to goal. Again, another nice combination play by the Cubs. Avery Anderson looking to drop the ball to Gibson. Picked up by Reagan Davis. She forwards ahead. Again, Gibson still has it. Finds Gracie Schiller in the middle. And looking for a centering pass, but broken up by the Jayettes. Avery Anderson controlling in the middle for the Cubs as she looks to go out wide to Belle Nelson. A little heavy off the touch. Tori Meineke in an offside position. Flagged by the AR. I know Tori didn't want to be offsides, but she's clearly in an offside position, and Jayettes will have an indirect free kick. Emma Stratman playing the ball back up, looking to get the ball on the offensive end. Nelson has it out on the right wing out here. Finds Schiller in the middle.
They're on now.
Reagan Davis looking for a forwarding pass. Meineke trying to race on. Looks like she's trying to get through the ball. She's going to win. And out off of Barron for a Nevada corner. And once again, this would be no, they can't always help it, but the last thing you want to do is give Nevada another corner, as they've been very, very dangerous in these set-piece opportunities.
Entering the match for the Cubs, number 17, Leah Gertis.
Number 17, Leah Gertis entering the match for the Cubs as Meineke takes the corner kick. She's looking for a far post again. That's Evelyn Anderson with the header. Saved off the line by Barron. Meineke looking to head it back into the mixer, and Perez comes out of there with the ball for the Jayettes. Again, heading opportunities off of corner kicks. The Cubs have been executing that play fantastically. Aubrey Thompson looking for a forwarding pass up to Gibson again, and Eddie Gibson just wide. And I think the official is going to award a penalty kick here. A foul against the Jayette goalkeeper.
Is he calling it?
And the Jayette goalkeeper Perez came out very aggressively in an effort to stop Gibson and took her down. And Maddie's going to get a chance to finish off what she started here with a goal kick. With a penalty kick. Perez getting instructions from the officials, and Maddie Gibson will be set to take this to see if she can give the Cubs a 4-0 lead, and she finishes. Second goal of the night for Maddie Gibson.
That's a Cub goal for number 16, Maddie Gibson.
So the Cub left winger gets on the scoreboard twice this evening. Great individual run with a nice pass from Aubrey Thompson, finding Gibson streaking down the left end. And the Jayette keeper came out just a little too aggressively, took Gibson off of her feet, and they whistled a penalty. And Gibson got the chance to take advantage of it from the spot and finish in the lower left corner. Nice clinical finish on the penalty kick. Maddie's usually in our top 5 if we go to kicks. She has tended to be the anchor, provided the winning kick at the beginning of the season in the match over Gilbert, as that match went to kicks. Meineke hustling over and winning that ball off of the end. And Aubrey Thompson looking for shot from distance there, but kind of got knocked off her line just a little bit by the defender and harmlessly falls to Perez. 5:45 left to go in the contest. Lots of high pressure by the Cubs at this point, looking to see if they can maybe add to their total here before the half is done. Again, Meineke finding Anderson, through ball, and just couldn't get enough on it. Saved by Perez. I think Avery'd like to have that one back if she could. Great, and again, another fantastic pass by Tori Meineke as she's controlling the midfield and finding lots of people and putting them in great spots. Leah Gertis with the ball now is looking for her options. Being pressed by 2 defenders, finds Nelson as she works the ball forward. Forwarding pass, and Tori Meineke is going to score for the Cubs. Her second goal of the night as the Cubs go up 5-0.
That's a Cub goal by number 2, Tori Meineke.
That assist is going to be credited to Belle Nelson off a cross there, which is exactly how the Cubs want to play that. They'd love to get the ball wide. Go ahead and play the ball back across the middle of the field, look for runners to the middle, and it worked out exactly like the Cubs wanted it to as they stretch their lead to 5-0 with 4:57 left to go in the first half. Meineke wins the ball over on the far side. Eddie Gibson looking for a cross. Finds Avery Anderson in the middle. Drops it to Leah Gertis. She's looking for a streaking Belle Nelson. Can't quite get there as Perez collects it in the corner of the box. Really nice combination play. Great forwarding pass there by Leah Gertis. Looking for a streaking Belle Nelson. Watched a lot of Nevada girls soccer over the years, and one of the hallmarks of most good Randy Davis teams has been depth, and you could see that happen tonight where brought his starters back in with about 15 minutes to go, and just fresh legs accounted for 3 goals in about 5 minutes as the Cubs turned a 2-0 game into a 5-0 game. And Aubrey Thompson looking for more. She's winding up and shooting. Saved by Perez. Evelyn Anderson looking to take the ball up the right-hand side as she's getting deep. Early cross. Finds Meineke in the middle. And just shoots wide. Just couldn't quite get it to her feet. Really nice interplay there as Belle Nelson dropped back as Anderson was coming forward. And Cubs playing some really, really nice soccer here this evening. Looks like the ball was deflected, so they're going to award the Cubs another corner kick. And again, the always dangerous Nevada corner kick attack this year. Tori Meineke with a lofted ball, finding Evelyn Anderson, and she heads it on and saved off the line by, can't tell the number there, but saved off the line by the Perry defender. Might have been Yamilet Gonzalez on the back end. Reagan Davis with a centering pass that's going to go wide and out for a goal kick. But again, Nevada just about had a 6th goal there. Meineke finding Evelyn Anderson on the back end of that with a great header back across the goal and saved off the line by the Perry defender. You'll notice in most goal kicks, they put a defender at each post, and that's their job, is to stay there and defend until the ball is cleared. And I think that was Gonzalez on the back post. Did her job. We've mentioned her name quite a bit this half. Leah Gertis with a probing shot from about 25 and just sailed wide. I think she thought about forwarding pass to Nelson, who looked like she might have been just a little mistimed and in an offside position. So Gertis just wound up and shot it and really made a heck of a shot. Gracie Schiller finding Meineke in the middle, trying to find Thompson, who collects. Leah Gertis, again, back in that same position. Just couldn't quite find an opening there. Evelyn Anderson stepping up. Looks like she's going to take on the defense here. Crossing pass and finds Meineke off the post, and rebound put in by Avery Anderson.
Cub goal at number 15, Avery Anderson.
Great probing run by Evelyn Anderson as she collected the ball and got deep into the Perry defense, and nice cross to Meineke, who was just a little unlucky in hitting the post, but the rebound came straight back, and Anderson was sitting in the right spot at the right time, as most good goal scorers are.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And that will end the half with the Cubs leading 6-0 over the Perry Jayettes. Welcome back, folks. We got about 30 seconds before we start the second half of action here at Cubs Stadium. Home team Nevada Cubs, 6 goals in the first half. Summary of the goal scoring. We have 2 goals by Avery Anderson, 2 goals by Tori Meineke, and 2 by Maddie Gibson. A couple of assists by Meineke as well, and Grace Nelson also got in on the assist action. So filling up the stat sheet for the Cubs. Cubs take command of the ball here to start the second half. Starters back in for both teams. Cubs possessing the ball in the back just a little bit. Lindsey Gertis couldn't quite get the ball on their foot there. Turned over back to Reagan Davis in the middle. Jennifer Ramos, the forwarding pass up to Galindo. Ball goes out. Perry has the ball up in the defensive end of the Cubs. Trying to see if they can get on the board. Kaylee Grote in space. Finds Meineke in the middle of the field. Meineke is going to lay it off for a streaking Belle Nelson. Couldn't quite get there, but gets the ball back. Splits 2 defenders. Contact in the box. Official says play on. Meineke has the ball in the middle. Drops it for Gertis. Back to Meineke. Nelson trying to hold an onside position. Fires a shot that's deflected off of the Perry defender and out for a corner kick for Nevada. Belle Nelson doing a lot of work over there on the right-hand side for the Cubs. Meineke looking for Evelyn Anderson. Header up over the bar. Of note, we just received word earlier this afternoon that Thursday's game, which was supposed to be at Pella for the Cubs, is going to be played actually here in Nevada, as Pella's field conditions won't allow the game to be played there. So feel free to come out and support the Cubs. Avery Anderson with the ball in the middle. Couldn't quite get it. Schiller holds it in for the Cubs, looking for options. She finds Reagan Davis out on the end. Reagan keeping control. Still got control. Still finding a way here. blocked. Gibson dropped. Ball's played off to Anderson. Tried to clear away by Perry, but didn't quite get out of the corner of the box. Nelson putting on pressure. She steals it. She's looking for Grote in the middle. Grote turns. Back to Nelson. Again, Nelson trying to make that turn, keeping the ball at her feet. Drops it for Evelyn Anderson, who takes a shot. Saved by Perez. She comes out. She can't quite corral it. Ball too high and up off the football goalpost by Avery Anderson. Perez just couldn't quite get that ball corralled. Great opportunity for the Cubs to pounce on it, and Anderson got to it, but just a little too tall and bounced off the football goalpost. Meineke again in control, looking for Grote. Just a little too far out in front, and Perez scoops it up, and we'll punt it back out for the Jayettes. Nice long kick. Good bounce for Galindo as she tries to run on, but squeezed off by two defenders there, Reagan Davis. Gertis drops the ball to Maddie Gibson. And ball's played out. Just couldn't quite get the ball back onto Lindsay's foot. Perry will have the ball for a throw. Avery Anderson, good defense. Runs on. She's going to have a one-on-one with the keeper. Saved by Perez again. Perez, a brick wall. Grote has the ball, looking for the middle. And the ball goes out over the end line again for a Nevada corner. Cubs looking dangerous offensively. Anderson had a one-on-one with the keeper, and Perez again up to the task against the Cubs' leading scorer. Meineke centering. Header by Avery Anderson, just a little wide. Meineke jumps on a pass in the middle. Dispossessed there. It's her and Diaz battling, and Kaylee Grote just up over the bar. Oh, that would have been a great moment for the senior to get a goal on senior night. Just a little too tall. Hopefully she'll get another opportunity to put one in the back of the net for the Cubs. Meineke finds Gertis in the middle. Again, Gertis with a forwarding pass. Again, just a little too strong. Need just a little less weight on those to let the Cub forwards run on to that ball as they try to play a little more direct here starting out the half. Looks like more through balls and not quite as much side-to-side action as we've seen early from the Cubs, but that's again... That's where the Cubs can be dangerous. They can attack in so many different ways. And again, Meineke running the show here, looking for a forwarding pass and offsides. Avery Anderson in an offside position, just a step out ahead of the last defender there. As we've said before, Nevada coaching staff never going to get too upset about that. All good forwards test that back line, and Anderson that time was just a step ahead, whistled for the offsides. Some nice ball handling by Lindsey Gertis. Ball comes out to the middle. Looks like Belle Nelson racing the keeper. Keeper's going to stay out. Finds Anderson on the cross. Couldn't quite get there. Cubs still in possession. Maddie Gibson out at the 18 and hooks the ball just wide left. Good scoring opportunity there from the Cubs. Nelson's cross there was just a little out in front of Anderson, or otherwise that would have been a great combination piece. Again, Cubs looking dangerous. Just need to find that finishing touch in the third to see if they can put another goal on the board.
Match for the Cubs is number 13, Aubrey Thompson, number 22, Melanie Kunzeroth, and number 17, Leah Gertis.
Aubrey Thompson, Mel Kunzeroth, and Leah Gertis entering the match for the Cubs. And here's a ball that's forwarded up to Avery Anderson. Saved by Perez again. Addie Gibson finding Mel Kunzeroth in the middle. Mel with her left foot. Saved again by Perez. Perry keeper down 6-0, but at this point she'd have to be the woman of the match, I would say. She's done an excellent job back between the pipes for the Jayettes. Many scoring opportunities that she has thwarted. An excellent job of goalkeeping in a couple of situations there for Perry. Aubrey Thompson looking for a forwarding pass is on the Maddie Gibson on the end of it and finishes.
That's the Cub goal at number 16, Maddie Gibson.
Maddie, that's a hat trick for the evening for her, and a great assist by Aubrey Thompson. Finally found the right weight on one of those passes. Had many opportunities. Hadn't quite gotten enough statistical credit. Oh, but again, goal is going to be waved off, offsides. Seemed to be a really late call by the AR, or maybe noticed late by the center referee. He waves it again, offsides against the Cubs. So at this point, I think Perry has changed up their defensive tactic a little bit. Basically, playing a much higher defensive line means they're bringing their defense further up the field and forcing Nevada to play balls in behind that defense and requiring the Cubs to have just a little bit more weight on passes. And credit to their coaching staff for trying something a little different. You're down 6-0 at halftime, and instead of keep doing the same thing, let's try something different. So kudos to them. And Nevada's going to have to solve that puzzle a little bit as see if they can figure out how to play against this little higher line that Perry is presenting.
Entering the match for the Cubs, number 9, Lexi Betting, and number 25, Reagan Schmidt.
Reagan Schmidt will be making her first appearance of the night for the Cubs, and Lexi Betting, the freshman, back into the game. Reagan is a junior defender, and she'll take the place of Gracie Schiller at our holding defensive midfielder, or charger as we like to call it. And she'll get her first touch of the evening here, forwarded up to Meineke. Tori dancing around the ball a little bit. She's looking for a through ball out to Kunzeroth, but looks like shot just wide. Well, looks like that's Avery Anderson. Aubrey Thompson controlling the ball, coming up the left-hand side. Switches over to her right foot. Gets through some traffic, gets a shot off. And Perez collects that in the end fairly easily. Thompson comes up limping just a little bit after that in exchange. Kind of got wrapped up with the Perry defender there at the end. Emma Stratman clears for the Cubs. And played back, and Evelyn Anderson gathers that up. Looking for Reagan Davis, just a little too aggressive. Sure the defensive coach, Justin Evans, won't be exactly happy about that. I know he likes to get those girls connecting those passes on the back end. Thompson will collect the ball. Cubs whistle for offsides there, and Perry will put the ball in play. Yep. Cubs whistled again for offsides. I think he would have let that go if Kunzerath would have went for the ball, but I think Anderson was the one in the offside position, and she's the one who ended up touching the ball first. Little frustration over there on the Cubs sideline. I think a couple little... Those are very close on the end of that. Certainly looked like that that one could have certainly gone either direction, but that is, as we say, that's the officials' call, and that's what they're out there to do. So Cubs will have to find a way to time those runs out just a little bit better and see if they can get on the end of some of these balls. And Avery Anderson going to steal it at the half line. She's not going to have to worry about offsides on this play, taking it up the left-hand side as she's taking on basically the whole Perry defense there. Winds up for a shot that gets deflected. Aubrey Thompson with a steal there. And the ball goes out for an evaded throw. Perry throwing the ball forward. Davis and Galindo on a race to the ball here. Oh, sorry, that's not Galindo. That's Ashley Cerna. Veda controlling eventually, but there's Galindo on the ball. And turns it over. Meineke dancing around her and forwarding the ball up to Mel Kunzerath. .21:30 left to go in the game, and so far, Cubs been held off the scoreboard for the second half as the defensive switch for Perry has caused Nevada some trouble offensively. Switching to a little higher line defensively. Here's a steal. They're almost a steal there. Stratman jumps back on the ball. Davis controls and finds Aubrey Thompson in the middle. Forwarding past the Betting. She's racing down the left side. She's going to get to it. Plays it a little too forward out in front, and that's going to go out for a Nevada corner. Nevada substitutions looking more like a hockey line change as we had 5 new Cubs entering the game. Corner get taken there by Lindsey Gertis. Borwick, who just entered the game, tried to control, couldn't quite grab a hold of it for the Cubs. That's Evelyn Anderson with the ball over there for the Cubs. Borwick again has the ball, finds Lindsey Gertis in the middle of the field, tried for a centering pass, couldn't quite get around the Perry defender. Maddie Gibson again finding the middle. That's Kaylee Grote. And Evelyn Anderson stepping out. Maddie Gibson dropping the ball for Koonsroth. Back to Maddie Gibson, who fires a shot collected at the corner of the goal by Perez. With Meineke out of the game, Lindsey Gertis getting a chance to run kind of a little more the central mid defender. Belle Nelson firing a shot there that's scooped up by Perez. I think Belle was crossing that ball a little bit, but nonetheless, Perez came out and dealt with it. Evelyn Anderson stepped to the ball. Belle Nelson up the right wing. Again, looking for an early cross. Finds Grote. Tries to drop the ball to Borwick, but intercepted by Perry.
Number 5, Mia Munoz. For the Cubs, number 20, Gracie Schiller.
Gracie Schiller back into the match for the Cubs, and Mia Munoz is going to come onto the pitch. She's going to give a break to Valeria Gomez. Foul whistled against Perry. Cubs will have a free kick. About 35 yards away from goal. Evelyn Anderson usually will take these for the Cubs. Although that looks like Emma Stratman over the ball there for Nevada. Driving kick. Finds Kaylee Grote. Couldn't quite get it directed on frame. Strotman with a driving ball to the middle of the box. Really nice free kick from there. Just couldn't quite, Kaylee Grote got a body on it, but just couldn't get it quite directed toward the goal. Reagan Davis is taking the ball up the field, and Perry intercepted, looking for a little counterattack, but Emma Strotman stuffed that out in a big hurry as the Cubs sweeper comes up and does her job. Hasn't been asked to do much this evening, but when she's been asked, has been up to her usual standard. As you're looking at one of the best center backs in the state, in Emma Strotman. Lots of space here for the Cubs. Kaylee Grote with the ball, looking for Koonsroth on the run. And again, Perry does a nice job with their high line and switching that defensive tactic up. And again, just thwarting the Cubs scoring opportunity there. Ball forwarded up by the Jayettes and played out for safety by Reagan Davis. Don't see the Cubs defense do that often, but Reagan felt like just Cubs maybe a little disorganized and made the smart play just to play it out, no harm, get regrouped, and keep their clean sheet going for the evening. 13-14 left to go in the match. Again, Cubs still with a commanding 6-0 lead, but have been held off the scoreboard in the second half by the Jayettes. There's a ball out wide to Belle Nelson. Looks like she's going to cut the corner on the defense. Cross to Grote. Just couldn't quite get there. Cubs are going to keep it in here. Maddie Gibson's going to have it. Sends it back into the mixer across the middle. Finds Nelson on the far post. And Belle winds up and shoots and scores for Nevada.
Thompson, and number 15, Avery Anderson.
That assist will go down to Maddie Gibson, who's had a couple of goals herself tonight and now gets in on the assist column. And the Cubs finally solve the riddle that is that was so far in this half is the Perry defense. But again, scored much the way they scored in the first half with long crossed balls and making the Perry defense go from side to side. Not quite as direct as Perry has switched up their defensive tactics here in the second half. Avery Anderson with a shot there that gets punched up over the bar by Perez, and it'll go out for a Nevada corner.
Entering the match for the Cubs, number 9, Lexi Betting, and number 17, Leah Gertis.
Lexi Betting and Leah Gertis back into the lineup for the Cubs. Exiting will be the 2 Cub outside midfielders. That looks like Borwick that's coming out, central defender. Aubrey Thompson with a header. Off of the Cub corner. Ball's dropped out to Reagan Davis. She looks to put it back into the mixer. And looking for Belle Nelson over on the far end. On the long switch, Belle controls. Finds Leah Gertis in the middle and just couldn't quite get controlled by Meineke. A good idea by Leah Gertis with a nice pass up to Meineke. Just couldn't quite get it on her foot. Avery Anderson tried to find Lexi Betting. Ball finds the feet of Thompson as she redirects. Ball forwarded and collected by Perez as Meineke was giving chase. 10 minutes left to go in the match. Nevada with a commanding 7-0 lead. Betting will take the throw for the Cubs. A little too far for Anderson. Cubs cycle it around the back end there. Evelyn Anderson collects the ball for the Cubs. Running it out to the touchline. Belle Nelson handles for Nevada. Finds the middle. Schiller and a through ball. Nicely done by Gracie Schiller. And it's Tori Meineke one-on-one with the keeper. And just another great save by Perez.
Entering the match for the Cubs, number 16, Maddie Gibson.
Maddie Gibson entering back into the game. She's going to give Evelyn Anderson a little break. Maddie's playing back in a right back position. Not normally where she plays, but trying to give Evelyn a little breather, I think. And with the match thoroughly in hand, nice forwarding pass there. Meineke again. And just wide. And again, Perez doing a pretty masterful job out there coming and meeting these breakaways for the Cubs. That's twice there that she's foiled a Meineke breakaway. Tori's been in good spot, but just hasn't been able to get it connected.
Entering the match for the Cubs, number 23, Emily Kelly.
Emily Kelly's now going to come on for the Cubs, the freshman. She's going to take up some minutes at the right back position. And Aubrey Thompson has the ball for Nevada. She finds the Middle. Leah Gertis comes in for a shot that sails over the top of the bar. Just a little bit too high. Couldn't quite get the ball under control. A lot of times when you see the ball sail up over the bar, that's like players leaning back just a little bit as they're taking that shot. They got to keep their shoulders over the ball and see if they can get that directed on frame. I know it's something that the Cubs work on in practice every day, trying to take it out to the field to get more opportunities to put the ball in the back of the net. Aubrey Thompson with the Cubs. She's going to split the defender. She's out on the left-hand side, trying to get to her right foot. Cross. Stepping into it is going to be Gertis. Blocked by the Perry defense. Meineke blocked by the Perry defense. Belle Nelson comes back and controls the ball. She's looking for a cross. Sails all the way across the box. Lexi Betting will play it back to Reagan Davis. Davis throws the ball back into the mixer, and nobody home for the Cubs. Aubrey Thompson, aggressive shot from distance. Just couldn't quite get situated on that as the ball sailed harmlessly up over the top of the goal and to the left. 5:35 left to go in the match. Ball sent all the way down the field, and Jocelyn Farmer is going to get her first touch of the second half, and she plays it back in for the Cubs. Reagan Davis with a throw. Avery Anderson stepping through the middle. Perry doing a good job of getting the ball out of harm's way there. Cubs back in the middle, looking for Anderson, an offside run. And Anderson scores.
Cubs goal by number 15, Avery Anderson.
Avery Anderson comes through with a hat trick tonight as she finally solves the riddle that was Perez back in goal. Karina Perez done a good job of having Anderson's number in the second half as Avery's had a couple of different opportunities, but finally got the better of her as she glanced the ball off the far left post and into the net for the Cubs. So an 8-0 score. Playing the ball forward for Aubrey Thompson as she looks to get on the end of that, and the ball goes out over the end line for a Nevada corner kick. Looks like Cubs might be wanting to play short here real quick. Ball goes into Betting. She's taking up her space and fires a shot in the middle. Glances off the Perry defender. Back in the middle, Gracie Schiller, just wide. Gracie doesn't get too many shots on goal, but was in the right place at the right time there, and left-footed shot just went wide of the goal. Aubrey Thompson steals the ball, finds Meineke. Meineke rifles a shot up over the top of the bar. .230 left to go in the ball game as the Cubs look to see this one out, leading 8-0 over the Perry Jayettes. As we're wrapping up tonight's broadcast, just a reminder, Nevada girls scheduled to be on the road on Thursday, but due to poor field position or field conditions at Pella, that game now against the number 7 ranked team in 2A, Pella, will be held here at Cub Stadium. Another corner kick for the Cubs. Avery Anderson header just goes up over the top of the bar. So the Cubs will jump up in class, and their only 2 losses of the year are to teams that are bigger than them. 1-0 loss to number 11 ranked ADM. And a 2-1 loss earlier in the year to 3A opponent Southeast Polk. .45 seconds left to go in the ball game as the Cubs look to possess here and see the game out. Reagan Davis plays the ball off the Jayettes player. Up forward to Aubrey Thompson. And find Lexi Betting. Lexi on a run. Defender beats her to the ball, but Lexi's still staying with it. Taking the ball out wide and getting dispossessed. A great defensive play by the Perry defender there. That's number 8. That's Ashley Cerna. And
8, 7.
ball swings out wide for Belle Nelson. And Belle Nelson scores with 1 second left to go in the game. Belle Nelson finds the back of the net for the Cubs.
Belle Nelson with the goal for the Cubs.
So just to wrap up goal scorers for the evening, that's Belle Nelson. She's got 2 goals. Avery Anderson has 3. Tori Meineke has 2. Maddie Gibson with 2. All equaling a 9-0. Going to be a Cub victory with only 1 second left to go in the ball game. Meineke also had a couple assists this evening, as well as Nelson with a couple of assists. And that's going to do it for tonight's game. Final score, Nevada 9, Perry 0. We'll be back with you on Thursday night as the Cubs take on the number 7 ranked Class 2A team in the Pella Lady Dutch. Look forward to talking with you then. So long for now.